Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Thank you for joining me. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery kits. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and it's a time where we can relax and craft together for about an hour, and I work on projects from beginning to end. And tonight, we are going to continue on our block from the Splendid Sampler quilt along. It's the Happy Trails block. We have it started to be sewn together. We're doing the web version of sewing it together. So we'll be continuing this process tonight. And we are going to take a look at the last two blocks that they're releasing for the Splendid Sampler to quilt along. So if you finished it, you guys are amazing. I am not even halfway there. But we'll take a look at the last two blocks. And then we'll continue our one that we're currently working on. So thank you for joining me tonight. I'm going to flip you around and we'll get started here. Okay, here we go. All right, just give me a sec here. Okay, so you guys, last two blocks, and here they are, and they are by the authors Pat Sloan and Jane Davidson. So Quilt Love is one, a lovely applique block. Pat does a lot of applique blocks typically, so this goes along with that, and I think it is just adorable. And the second one, this is on page 76. You're not halfway there either, Kathy. I told you guys that my mom got done with all of them, if you can believe that. Oh my gosh, she's been working hard. All right, and then Figure 8 is the other one by Jane Davidson. So Jane is the other author of this book. That one's pretty dang cool too. I wonder if this is curved piecing or if it's applique. Oh, it is applique. So we make these cool triangles, and then it looks like you applique these shapes on top of it. There we go, like that. That's kind of neat. I like that one. All right, and we are going to be working on Happy Trails. So maybe, Shauna, maybe last week was the last one for the other designers, but then the authors had one more each. I think that's kind of how it went. All right, you guys, we are working on this Happy Trails one, though. We don't have all 100 done, but we're working our way through them yet. This is my 39th block that I'm working on. I do have a couple that I'm not done with yet, so I technically don't have 39 done. I'm gonna continue working on the blocks, but I am going to start peppering in some other projects. So I'm still getting this embroidered book cover. I'm working on that yet, just finalizing the pattern. That kind of got halted when we got Target, and we've been working on getting all the Target stuff into stores. But now I think this next week I'm going to be back on that project. So when that's done, we'll do some embroidery, and we have other quilt projects that we want to work on, the Granny Squares quilt, and I want to do a lot of fun little projects as well. So we'll continue to work our way through the book here, but I do want to start peppering in some other projects as well. So all right, you guys, let's keep going here. So here is our grid that we have going. So this is what we have sewn together from yesterday. We got seven of our columns sewn, and we got 5 more here to do. So all I'm doing is I'm sewing from the top to the bottom. I have this all laid out, and I'm sewing columns top to bottom. Nice, Kathy. And I'm actually leaving them all connected when I sew them together. And what that does is it holds it all together. So I'm never going to accidentally put one row up too high or like flip a row around upside down. That's never going to happen because I'm keeping it all together. So it takes a little of the mind pressure away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to sew directly onto here, and I'm going to start with my next row, and each piece I'm going to sew on, and then we'll just continue with the other rows. And I think we will, don't want these to all fall everywhere. I think we'll get done with the sewing tonight, and hopefully we'll be able to start pressing. I'm going to actually rotate this mat just to help hold up, to help hold up my grid there. I don't want to have to relay it all out. Okay, so here we are. Okay, there we go. All right, so again, starting from the top, and you always want to sew from the top to bottom. You don't want to accidentally flip it and go bottom to top, because then it won't be in the right direction when it's all connected here. All right, crossing over. Let's get through all of these. So we were doing pretty well last night. I think we got 7. That's more than half of these. The row has 12 in, and I'm using my stiletto here just to help place everything. I did change the bobbin. So I have a new bobbin, and if you listen, it's not making the kerchunking noise anymore. So I wonder, next time we hear that noise, I wonder if that's signifying that we're getting close to the end of the bobbin. And it's not the needle or anything else. It's just that we're almost out of bobbin. So we'll have to keep an eye on that for sure. Tomorrow we might even get to the point where we can work on the applique. So we still have to, after we have this whole scene done, this block done, there's that horse applique on it as well. So just gonna take it easy here. Oh, I worked this evening. I just took a little break this evening, and I worked on my knit sheep a little bit more, that knit lamb, which I suppose fits with Easter and everything. I just haven't knit for a while and wanted to work on it again. But I'm working, the body's done for that project, and I'm working on the head right now. So that's coming along. Another unfinished project being worked on, which is nice. Oh, with Nolene says every old machine she's had made that noise when the bobbins were nearly done. Well, that's interesting. So I never put those noises together before. So now at least it'll be like my signal of, hey, you might run out soon. So you have another one prepared. All right, I want to cruise through all these tonight. Oh, you guys, I think, I can't remember the designer right now for the granny square quilt. I know it was done for, oh gosh, I think American Patchwork and Quilting. But now on the spot, I can't even remember if that's the right magazine. But I do have a link to it. I think I still have a link to it in this Facebook post. At the bottom, it should say like, or at the bottom of the products, I think it might say our next project. But it might not be in there anymore. I'll have to, tomorrow I'll make sure that I get it back in there. But yeah, I still definitely want to do that quilt, that granny square quilt. I'm still in the use up all my fun fabrics mode, but I do want to work on that one. I read through the instructions, and it's kind of unique, or like they're doing the quilt in a way that I wasn't expecting, which is kind of fun. So we'll talk about that quilt again soon here. I did print out the pattern. The pattern, it's for sale on the website. The magazine's website. So I think it's, you know, less than $10. It's probably less than $8. So I have that all printed out. But yeah, we'll go over that again here soon. It might be fun to start that project. I'd like to work on some other projects and then just intermingle some of these Splendid Sampler blocks. You know, I don't want to totally put this project on hold either, because there's a lot to do yet, and I want to get it done. And we have plenty of blocks now to do some more of the quilt as you go process, so I'd like to do more of that again as well. All right, done with that column. Let's get the next one started. So we added our next little row to there. Okay, so four more columns to go, and then we'll start pressing. Okay, it is America in Patchwork and Quilting, and yes, so it's All People Quilt. So if I don't have the link here, if you just Google allpeoplequilt.com and then put in granny square quilt, it'll probably pop up. The picture of the quilt, it's kind of a brownish quilt in the photo. And yeah, I think it's called the Granny Square quilt. Or something very close to that. Ooh, you picked up 3 small quilts from your long armor. Oh, nice. Nice to have some on hand. That's what my mom says too. She has a couple baby quilts just on hand, ready to go if they're all of a sudden needed. Ooh, Bev, that is awesome. Bev says I do a row in about 3 minutes. Okay, then we will cruise through this tonight. So this should take 12 more minutes. This one got a little curvy. I think I shimmied it with my hand a little bit. I like this little brown fabric still. Oh, you have the actual magazine? Oh, that's awesome, Robin. Yeah, originally it was a free pattern when you buy the magazine, but now it's out of print, and they have it online for sale as a pattern. I just love granny square quilts. It'd be fun to crochet one, an actual granny square, like Afghan. It's mimicked after the crocheted Afghans. At least it seems that way. It'd be fun to do. It'd be fun to do a matching one, like a matching a granny square Afghan that's crocheted with the quilt, and have it be like the same colors, or have it be like mirrored colors or something. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, you got the magazine on eBay. Oh, that's interesting. I have a stack of old crafting magazines that I'm considering getting rid of, and I was gonna throw them up on eBay or something. But yeah, I wasn't sure anyone would want some old craft magazines. But yeah, when it's the exact project that you need, then it makes total sense, doesn't it? Huh. I'll have to maybe move ahead and get them up online. Maybe I'll have a little on Facebook or something, just share some of the magazines, or I have a bunch of craft books. I'm doing just cleaning up things, but I have some craft books and some craft magazines Maybe we do a little Facebook sometime, and I can page through the magazines, and if there's any projects that you guys want, or if there's a magazine that you want, then I can send it to one of you guys instead of putting it up on eBay or something. We'll have to see. It'd be kind of fun, though. Oh, you have a Granny Scare Afghan. Oh, that your great-grandma made you. Oh, that's so cool. All right. 3 more rows. So was that 3 minutes? This is the 3rd to last row. Pressing this is going to take some finagling. Oh, I was going to get the clover iron out. I think I can still grab that. I think it's within reach. Give that a try. I don't know. I think I'm going to like pressing with my big iron, though. I think once I get the first row, I can just press on top of that, I think. Okay, so Sue's saying it's the American Patchwork and Quilting magazine from October 2010. And that's when the project was published in the magazine. If I remember right, you know, I was thinking you could use a bunch of like little scrappy pieces for it, but that is not actually how the pattern is written. I think it's a lot of strip piecing, so I think you will need to kind of work off of yardage to some extent, I think, if I remember correctly. I'll have to read the pattern again. I'm excited to use up more fabric, though. Oh, 1.5 inch strips. Okay, Lucy says they're 1.5 inch strips. Yep, so a pile of strips sewn together, and then whoop, lost my stiletto, and trimming them. Oh, Lucy, you did a test block and it came out great. Oh, that's exciting. I can't wait. That'll be fun. And, you know, it's been a while since we've worked on a quilt. I suppose the Charming Chevrons quilt was kind of like this, but a quilt where you do the one thing, and that's the whole quilt. I mean, we've been doing these, like the Splendid Sampler, which is 100 different blocks with all different techniques. It'll be kind of nice to just do the one thing, you know? And I do want to work on some small projects again, too. It's just nice to be able to whip up a little project really quick. So I do want to do the book cover with the zipper, and all, you know, like I said, it's from my book, Sew and Stitch Embroidery, but I'm improving the pattern so you can, or I'm updating the pattern, I guess, so you can use it like any size book. It'll have instructions on how to sew, so like you can plug in your measurements and you'll be able to do the whole for any size book. That's the theory, at least. I gotta finish writing it and test it quick, and then we'll do a little sew along for it. I'm pretty stoked, though. I like small projects like that, and I'm gonna like that you can do it for any book. All right, I'm trying to grab a piece of fabric here, and I can't grab it. There we go. And I think it's just a fun project, like if you have a spare, like a lone block or something from a quilt that you didn't need, making like a little book cover out of it is just a neat way to use it up. All right, 2 more rows, just 2 and we're done. Oops, snip this guy. Oh, 3 minutes, it's still 3 minutes, nice. That's good. So 6 more minutes. Then we'll be ready to iron. So I think in the pattern, in the all people quilt, American Patchwork and Quilting, that the granny square quilt, they showed an example, like a different colorway that was just 4 granny square bits together instead of, like, I don't know, 20 or however many are in the big quilt. I don't know how many are in. I don't remember. But they did show a small version that just had 4, and that was just really adorable too. If you don't want to do a whole quilt and just do a small one instead, like for a wall hanging or like a baby quilt. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how you'd adjust the measurements for that, though. Like I said, I haven't looked at it in a little while. I'm going to have to break it out again. I think it's hanging up on my wall, so I can just grab it. I also have to finish the I Love Home quilt one of these days too. I'm still just kind of sewing together pieces for the back, but we've almost sewed all together the smaller pieces, so I'll get to add larger pieces to just finish the back. I gotta quilt it all yet. Man, quilts take a long time, don't they? They're big projects. That's why I like having small projects peppered in there, just to have like some little wins along the way. Oh, the I Love Home quilt? Yeah, I really like that one. Oh, Shauna, I thought you were saying just now that you were eating an ice cream cone, and I was just thinking, oh man, an ice cream cone sounds so good. I haven't had an ice cream cone in a little while. Actually, last time I visited my parents, there's a goat farm nearby, and they had ice cream there, and so that was my last ice cream cone. But I wouldn't say no if I had one in my hand right now. Sounds yummy. I know you're talking about the block from the block, I think it's the block after this Happy Trails one. We have not done that block yet. Once we get back into some applique again, we'll do that. Okay, last column. Ooh, mint chocolate chip. We were talking, was it here? I don't remember, but I was talking about strawberries. Oh, fresh strawberries. Oh, I used to work at a farm that like a farm where lots of families go and they have hay rides and all that sort of thing. That's sort of like, not a real working farm, more like just a family get together sort of fun outing sort of farm. But I used to work strawberry season, apple season too, but I would, show people where they could pick, well, like what row wasn't picked yet and where to start. And But oh my God, those strawberries were the best. And I don't know who I was talking with, but we got started talking about strawberry ice cream and oh man, like a good strawberry ice cream with like some fresh strawberries in there. That sounds good. Oh, your daughter works at a frozen custard shop? Yum. Okay, I am a super big fan of frozen custard. For sure. That's the real stuff. Way better than plain old ice cream. Oh man, now I really want ice cream. This is like last night. I told you guys that we had to just run out and buy some donuts. We just needed some sugar or something after our food, and man, now I'm thinking about ice cream. Ooh, German chocolate in a cake cone. Christy, that sounds good. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't even have any chocolate around here. I can't even have like a little piece of chocolate. That's a problem. All right, 5 more pieces. And then we'll take a look at this. It's going to look crazy, but it's kind of at the fun part where it gets like really skinny and tall. And we get to see how we did on the 1/4-inch seam allowance. Ha! I might need to make a run. Oh, that only happens if John's there to tempt me to make the bad food run too. He's usually the one that gives in and I just don't argue. If it's just me, I just scavenge the house for random food. He's at some advertising-y event thing tonight, I think. A get-together thing. All right, last piece. Okay. Let's check it out. And we'll see how we did here. All right, back up top. So I don't need my whiteboard here anymore because it is empty. All right, so here are all the pieces. So this is 12. Oh my God, it looks crazy. This is 12 pieces. And it lost like half its width, right? Because they were 1-inch pieces and we got rid of a 1/2 inch on every single one of these. So right now we got like a double tall landscape, which is just kind of funny to look at. But see, this is the neat part, is that I'm never gonna sew a row in the wrong direction, because what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna press these, and we're gonna press the seam allowances in opposite directions. So this one will go this way, then the second row, all these seam allowances will go the other way, and then we're gonna trade off with each row, pressing it, and then we'll be able to nest the seams together. So I'm not even gonna ever cut these. I'm just gonna fold it together and we'll sew along that line. And that's it. So we need to press, make sure that my iron's heated up. So I'm gonna try to do this just with my normal iron, and if that gets just too much, then I'll try and I'll scrounge up the clover iron and we'll do that. So all right, I'm gonna flip this around, try and get it as flat as I can. Ooh, Joe, nice. Joe got a wool pressing mat at the quilt shop hop from last Saturday. All right, I'm gonna just have to flip flip these pieces. They want to kind of get tucked under again. I'm going to have to just adjust that as I go. So, all right. Here we go. Let's give this a try. All right, so I'm going to... Oh, I might... You know what? I'm a little scared of having the iron too close to my deal here. So I'm going to actually just take this off since we don't need to sew quite yet. Look at the crazy mess underneath. Scooch all of this stuff off to the side. It'll be weekend soon, so I'll clean up the space. There, now we're on the flat surface, and I'm not going to melt my table here. Oh, Christy, that's why I like this method, because it holds it all together so you don't get anything kind of messed up. Yeah, this part is a little tricky, but I think it's going to be fine, because once I get this first one pressed, oh, I pressed this one open, I can just lay the iron on top of it, and it should be fine. Like, I don't think they'll flip back at all. So, all right, here's my first row. So now this next one goes the other direction. So I'm just going to kind of stretch this to where the last row ended, and I'm going to go flat on top of the ones that I already did, and then start pressing the next one in. And I'm just going to kind of lift up a little bit to make sure that I'm not, oh gosh, I don't know if it's working very well. So I'm not pressing the top row in the other direction. I want those to stay. This is going to be a little annoying. See how it goes. All right, so far, so good. So that row is still going this way. This row is going this way. All right. This might be annoying, so maybe we will try getting the little clover iron out. Let me try one more row. I'm going to go kind of flat on top of these. Just kind of stretching the bottom one a little bit. All right, well that worked. It's going. It's not fun. I mean, this is definitely a method for like a quilt. If you're sewing a whole quilt together, I think this would work great. But yeah, we're really avoiding sewing some of these little bits together. All right, you know what? Let's see. Do I have the small clover iron somewhere? I don't see it offhand. I think we're just going to try and continue with this big one. And I think once we flip this around, you know, as long as the seams go in one direction and we nest the seams, that's all that's really going to matter, because we're going to press the heck out of this later as well. Would it help? Oh, that Glennis, I like that idea. Let's do that. So Glennis is saying, would it help to lay a piece of fabric on top of these pieces that are done already? I am going to do that. So I just grabbed a piece of fabric. Ha ha! I like it. So I just got to remember what direction to press. There we go. Hopefully this works. This might be the magic trick. Oh, Paul, this would definitely be easier to press if I separated the rows, but the neat thing is that if I leave these rows together, I don't have to worry about keeping things in order. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to ever worry about will I accidentally flip one row upside down or anything like that. So, okay, I think this is doing the trick here. But yeah, it would very much be much easier to press with these separated, but then it kind of defeats our fun little way of doing this. All right, this guy has a lot there. I need to give him some extra love there. A thick seam. All right, I think this is totally working. Oop, this guy got goofy there. And we can adjust some of this anyway when I clip all these together, but this in general is working really well, I think. All right, next one goes that way. Flip this guy over. All right. It's going to be pretty quiet for us too on Easter. John did buy some eggs, although he bought them weeks ago, so I don't know if they're edible anymore. And he got some of the little dye. So maybe the two of us will dye some eggs. But in my head, I'm going to do some spring cleaning, I think. I got to do the laundry and, it's time to like clean out the drawer in the kitchen that has all the random spatulas in and stuff. That's kind of what I'm looking forward to do this weekend. Spring cleaning. Oop, stay. Okay. Another hefty seam there. Yeah, older eggs peel better, but at some point they taste like rotten eggs. So there's that. So I gotta keep an eye out. Well, we'll still boil them. I'll still boil them, and then we'll see how they are. So that's the plan. But I think that'll be fun. And then I think we got some ham too, just because we got ham on our little donut trip shop. So decided to get normal groceries while we're buying donuts. All right, so these go. What did I do? Oh, I didn't do this row yet. This goes in the left direction, or the right direction, I mean. Just a couple more to do here. Look, you're done. It takes months for them to go bad? Oh, well, that's good to know. We'll do a taste test. That's how we're gonna find out. But yeah, I'll definitely boil them up, and we'll wake up on Sunday and make some colorful eggs. Okay, almost done. We're getting there on these guys. I think I might need a bigger piece of fabric. I think I'm folding the pieces of fabric the wrong way up on the top now. A couple got finagled there. I suppose I can just adjust that one now. There we go. Like I said, we're going to nest all these together, and I'm going to clip each one too, I think. So I don't think this is going to matter all that much that I get this perfect. 2 more. All right. A left facing one and a right facing one. So I would like to get at least one of these rows clipped and sewn tonight, and then tomorrow I'm hoping we can do all the rest of them. Hopefully it goes that fast. We'll see. The clipping might take some time, but I think I'd like to do that, clip it together. All right, I think we're done there. So here we go. I think they're together enough or pressed enough. And then the front there. Now we're starting to see the scene get revealed here a little bit. Just again, twice as tall. Just out of curiosity, I wonder how close to 6.5 inches we are. Oh, we're a bit over. So my seam allowance is too scant here, you guys. That's interesting. By like 1/4 inch or so. Interesting. So I'm erring on the side of being too scant, it looks like. All right, so let's sew these together. So all I have to do is flip a row down like this. And now our seam allowances are pointed the opposite direction. I'm going to just grab a pile of clips that I have here. You probably don't need to actually clip these because we're butting up those folds against each other, and you can just kind of feel them as you sew. And these are so close together that these clips might be a little annoying, but we're gonna give it a go anyway. Oh, for sure, Lucy, you could easily have made a baby quilt in the amount of time of doing this block, for sure. Gotta have a block like that every once in a while. So I'm just kind of squishing and feeling until these seams are, aligned on the edges and clipped. And you know what? I might not even clip for every single row. We'll have to at least do a test row to see if I don't do it, how it turns out. This first one, I'm clipping each one. So I'm feeling again for those folds from the seam to bump up against each other, and then I know that it's in the right spot. And the reason we're doing this is so our vertical seams meet up perfectly. So the points meet up perfectly. And nesting the seams together like that, this helps that a lot. So we'll have to get 10 clips in here, I think. All right, 2 more. I can tell that some are bigger and wider than others, so that we'll see how this works. But I wanted to get at least one done tonight. All right, here's the last one. And I took my sewing table off, so I'll have to put that on again later. But I think we'll since I just want to do this one row, I'm gonna do it without any surface here, which isn't great. It's nice to have a flat surface that you can set things on. I mean, this is like to do sleeves and stuff and pant legs and all that when you just have this on, so there's no real support, but I'm gonna do it anyway. See how it goes. Okay, get the stiletto out to help me. Yeah, this is silly, but I'm going to try it anyway. Much, much easier with a surface for this all to all hang on. This might just be dumb. Oh, my seam allowance is flipping the wrong direction, so I'm going to have to pay attention to that too. Yeah, all these are kind of flipping the wrong direction, but yeah, these are so close together that I'm not sure clips are going to help at all. Oh, my sewing table is from, it's the same place that I got my my grippets from. It's from sewingmates.com. Oh, wait, is that what it is? Yeah. Yeah, sewingmates.com. And I got the medium size one. I think it's the 18-inch one, just because, I mean, there's a bigger one too, which would have been awesome. But just because of the size of my workspace, the 18-inch one was going to work a ton better. But I love it. It adjusts for any sewing machine, and that's what's unique about it. And that's why I got it. Is I can adjust the legs and even, you know, to fit this space and up this high, all of these adjustments that it goes in this far, all of those things I can control on my on the table. Which usually when you get a sewing table like that, you have to tell them what the make and model and all that of your sewing machine is, because they build it on purpose for a particular model. But this one I like because I could use it on any sewing machine if, you know, if I don't have this one forever or I need to switch it up or something. All right, you guys. Oh, they're pretty good. I was thinking that they'd be pretty far off. So by nesting the seams together, what we are going for is this seam perfectly matching, so there's no like little jog in it. So it's going straight up. And the nesting the seam kind of gets that effect. So let's see how we did. Dang, they're all looking pretty good. So maybe I should keep clamping them together. See, this one, for example, is a little off. So the seam's here and it jogs a little and goes down. So that one wasn't perfect. But yeah, putting them together is super helpful. So all right, I'm going to plop up here again. And I think that's all we're gonna do tonight. I just want to check, does it say what direction to press these in? Oh, press downward. So you know what, maybe let's just do that right away. Maybe I just press these seams as I go. I think that'll help because they're so bendy that the whole thing is going to be like this bendy mess. So if we press them as we go like this, then we can actually have a sort of flat surface. And once they're all together, we'll be able to press the whole thing a bit better, I think. But there we go. First 2 rows right there. We got some sky, some textured sky. But that's fun. All right, it's going to be neat once we start sewing like the mountains and stuff together here. But I like it, and now I don't have to worry about little pieces anywhere anymore or getting any rows in the wrong order because I got the whole thing all meshed together here still, which I think is just kind of neat. All right, you guys, I'm going to flip you around, and I think we're going to call it an evening here.